Alright, so we finished up over at the motel, and now he's asked us to come over here and help out at this gas station. So you can see the blue circle there with the 2 meter on it. This is where they want me to park the truck. When you get it parked correctly, this is what it does. It'll start the next segment.
This gas station, owned by Pete and his wife Helena, has been losing money for some time. But now that more tourists are stopping here off the highway, they want us to build a new tank. The old tank is already waiting for you to lift it out of its pit. I also got a backhoe loader for you, so you can refill the pit when the new tank is installed. Then put some concrete on top and you're done. Piece of cake, right?
Alright, so we're back in the truck and bring our struts out. Right, we'll throw the new one in the hole. Or I guess put the new one in the hole, not really throw it in there. Give her a spin here. Alright. You kind of see too, when you get all that greenness, it kind of grabs it as well. It kind of snaps it in there. I'm not doing a very good job of placing them in here. Just looking at it sideways. Alright, so we get that portion done, so I'm going to just tell it to automatically fold the crane back up. I mean, you can fold them up yourself and put them away, but quicker and easier to have him do it. I'm just gonna pull the truck up out of the way, so just want to bring the backhoe in on that side there. Alright, so basically what they want us to do is fill in the hole. Alright, so this is the other neat thing about the game too, I think, is that you can. So what we're going to do is I'll show you. We could fill it in with the bucket. Come on, put my view. Usually put my view a little bit down one side or the other from behind. It just helps you with the controlling it. You'll find if you play the game, you'll find depending on how your view is how much you muck up with the controls or not. So one of the things I didn't mention yet, and I guess I could go over that right here, right now. I'll do that real quick here. Is that this? Oops. Trying to move my mouse pointer over, of course, can change my view. But anyways, so this circle thing right in here. So this side here, the blue side shows your gas. This guy shows how much damage you have, which is the green bar. And then this one shows how much load you have on or how much you have in your bucket or whatever. So as you play around with the stuff, you'll see when I get back into the other truck, if you take a look at that gauge, you'll see that the fuel's down on it and the gas is down on it. So it was kind of nice that, you know, I put in 2 buckets automatically filled. The other thing, if you wanted to, that you could do as well, is that you could have used the back bucket to do it too. You could have, you know, parked yourself in a position where you could dig dirt out of there and threw it in with that one as well. One of the things I do want to note here with these buckets, when you bring it down, you can't point it down. So like, you know, in real life you'd probably, you know, if you're doing some back scraping or whatever, right, trying to level ground, you'd tip your bucket like that. But in this game, it won't let you do that. It'll automatically, as you bring it down to the ground, go level. And I think that's probably because when you are trying to level the ground, that if you could tip the bucket, they were probably having an issue where it would just keep digging in. It wouldn't wouldn't work properly. So it might be why they have done that. Which I find it to be sometimes a little bit annoying, especially when you're trying to use these to level the ground. You can't, because it won't let you point it down. The only other thing I found with the backhoe is that the back bucket here, when you have dirt in it, it starts jumping out of it as you go to swing it off to the side, which I found kind of strange. It's the only one that does it, so. The excavators don't, which is kind of nice. But that's the only equipment I found that will dump the dirt out of the bucket is the backhoe. So hopefully they'll fix that one day. Alright, so as you see, we'll hop back in the cat or into this truck here, and then you can see how much damage I have and that I need some gas, right? So you come into a gas station. Typically, I usually will drive in the center between the tanks, and you'll see it comes up with fuel and repair, right? So let's go ahead and repair this. Repair is the most expensive, so $1,700 to repair it, and we'll fill it up with some fuel, $96. Right, now we got a GPS where to go ahead and take this thing. Oops, now it clicked over. So that's one of the things with the GPS that shows you too, that I've noticed that you see how I backed up in there, it tells me to go that way, but when I pull out on the road it tells me to go the other way. So one of the things I found is if you go to the map, you can kind of pick your own way that you want to go, right? You don't have to completely follow GPS. And a lot of the times I've also found that a lot of times it's actually quite shorter if you look at the map. Say, no, I'm going to go down this road instead because it's, it'll be quicker. I'm not exactly sure where they want us to go. They're you look at this, they got us coming way down and then coming back up to the car dealership. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So again, you can come into your job section. So it's telling us to drive to the vehicle dealer. So it wants us to drive the backhoe back to the vehicle dealers. Okay, so it doesn't want us to get rid of that tank yet. So that, as I said, looking on that didn't make sense. And I guess if I paid attention to what it said up top left, right, it does say up there to drive the vehicle back to the dealership, right? So it's always a good thing to look up there and see what they want you to do for each stage as you're going through stuff. Alright, so we'll drive this up to the dealership and then I'll be back. Alright, so we're at the vehicle dealership and now he wants us to take the cement truck. So obviously going to have us pour some cement. Alright, so we got to drive the gravel plant and get some mix. So again, I'll check the GPS, and yeah, he's got us going the right place. Because of my other games, I know this is where he is down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and drive there, and I get down there, I'll be back. Okay, so we're down here at the gravel plant. And so we get concrete right here out of this one here. And I think, yeah, over there you get asphalt there. And then you have to drive down to the left there. You see straight out in front, and that's where you pick up dirt, gravel, and sand. But we want cement, so that's why we come to this one here. Pretty straightforward, telling you how to get it out. Push and hold your Y button on the gamepad. On the keyboard, that would probably be the G key. Now, if I remember correctly, I think there's on that side. Nah, it doesn't really say concrete on that side neither. But that's where the concrete is. So now we'll go ahead and drive up to the job site. Alright, so we're back up at the gas station. That's the area it wants us to fill in. So it's kind of giving us some instructions there on what to do with the tutorial. Alright, so of course this one tells us to bring the manual up with the, of course the keyboard would be the number 1 key. So that kind of introduced that. So here, I'm going to bring our boom out. And then we'll add the extension, so not that we're adding the extension, it's to unfold it. Okay, and then with the cement truck, we just gotta back up to the grid here. Come on. Okay. We go into our mechanics, and then the pour is the one down at the bottom at the 6 o'clock there. We open him up, and he'll start pouring out. And this is a small enough area that we don't have to move the thing too much, and boom, there we go, it's full. Once you're caught, it will automatically stop if you don't run out. So, or we'll just come back into here and we'll hold our chute back up. And that's kind of all there is to that. I don't like that even was parked on it. Right, so of course now they want us to speak with him, and I believe that this is it. I think this tutorial's done. Okay, I'm just gonna hop out here and go talk to him and see what he has to say.
Pete and Helena bought this property back when the town was flourishing. Most businesses here are family-owned, like this one. It'd be a shame if they had to shut their doors because they're no longer profitable. Of course, things look pretty bleak if no visitors are coming to town. But you know what? Joe and I had a great idea that may sound a little crazy, but we have to give it a shot. Take the broken tank to Joe's motel. Then I'll fill you in over there. See you soon.
Alright, so he hands us another job. Okay, so zip over to the hotel and see what's up. Alright, so we got up here to our last spot. So let's go ahead and get parked in here. Oops. Alright. So now we gotta get the backhoe and dig out the hole here. Okay, so as you can see, that's as far down as it goes. Again, if you tip it down as you lower it, it'll just automatically go level. And again, you want to watch the circle down there in the bottom right to see when your bucket's full. Once it's full, if you don't do anything, it'll just keep pushing it. And it'll pile the dirt up along the sides. Took it a bit before it pulled it up. Okay, here we go. So you see how it piles up along the side there when you push through when it's full. So that's about all it is, but makes it a pain if that some of the dirt ends up being something that you have to grab, and just makes it a little harder to pick it up. Alright, so see if you wanted to pick that up along here. You see how it takes the ground as well. Doesn't keep it flat, but that's really not really not that big of a deal. Okay, so we got all that stuff going. Let's alright, let's throw the saucer in place here. don't want you pushing out. I want you pushing. I mean, going up. I wanted them to push the boom out. Alright. Oh, I thought I was done with the trench. Jeez, I'm screwing this right up, ain't I? You know what? I don't think I need this video. I kind of screwed that up a little bit there, but I thought I was done with the trench. Alright, now clear the area. There we go. Now we can put the saucer in here. Alright. Well, my first time doing this, it wasn't quite that bad, but I had to redo this because I thought I turned the recorder on and it didn't turn on, so there was some stuff I had to redo, so I had to redo the whole mission. Alright, so we're going to drive back to Hope's company here. Alright, I'm back here with Hope. Let's see what he has to say.
At last, there you are. Now all we have to do is keep our mouths shut and see what happens. But one thing's as certain as the sun rising in the morning. The people in this town love rumors and headlines. Soon everyone will be talking about the glowing object from another world. I'm sure of that. And all thanks to your help. Good job. Listen, to be honest, I'm pretty satisfied with what I've done with my life. My career has been rock solid. But I also think it's high time that I retire. My business is small, but in good shape, and it needs someone to pick up the reins. And I honestly can't think of anyone better for this job than you. So, what do you say? I'd stick around for a while to help until you're on your feet. Deal? Congratulations on running your very own company. If you want it to succeed, you should stop by regularly and familiarize yourself with everything. I recommend you first take a close look at the upgrade levels and start meeting the goals listed there. It's the only way to qualify for the big jobs in town, so you can someday leave this place behind. You should also take a look at the vehicle fleet and the finances to see what it takes to manage your construction equipment and get an overview of your financial situation. But the most important thing is fulfilling the orders. It's the only way you can make money to keep expanding your business and afford new construction equipment. So get to it. Running a company isn't an easy job, but the best way to start is by getting started. The rest will work itself out. Trust me, and I'm still here for you.
Alright, and there we go. That's a tutorial mission for a construction simulator. And now basically you get to do how you want now. So our next video of doing this will go into picking a job and carrying on. Up until then, I'm going to say Wildcat out for now. We'll catch you all later.